Here, Panchanga, you can see Tithi. This is Krishna Paksh Triyodasi. Jupiter is the Lord. This is the Maran Karanasthana for Jupiter. That is the first point. Leo from Capricorn, Saturn is sitting there. Now we know Ketu is there, number one, and then Saturn aspecting Rashi Drishti. So two malefics, ensuring that the circumstances should not be in such a way that they should get into the marital relationship. And Namaskar. वेलकम टू वीनस एस्ट्रो। वीनस एस्ट्रो में आपका स्वागत है। आज मैं उस टेक्निक के ऊपर बात करने जा रहा हूं जिसके लिए मैंने एक सुबह पोस्ट डाला था। दिस इज रिलेटेड टू अ रिलेशनशिप, फाइंडिंग अ पार्टनर, रिलेटेड टू मैरिज, happiness within the relationship. So this is really important technique, and Panchanga is one of the most important part of Jyotish. Once you understand Panchanga, most of the aspect of life can be identified through these 5 limbs. So today I'm going to talk about Tithesha, Tithi Lord. And the technique is like you need to check the 12th Lord, and that is from Lagna, 12th Lord's placement from Tithi Lord. If it is badly placed and afflicted by the malefics through conjunction aspect, then there are chances that you might not find the right partner. There could be delay in marriage. There could be denial of the marriage, depending on the affliction. And once you enter into the marriage, then also there will be a lot of challenges. In that case, we need to do the remedies. And remedies once done, obviously, then this can be overcome. Not necessarily in all the cases, because if there are retro planets afflicting things, then it's really challenging, because in that case, it becomes Drid Karma. And when I talk about Drid Karma, I always say that you need to go through certain things that you are carrying from the past life. So let's get into the technique and the example and understand the technique. For that, I'll share my screen and I'll show you. I've taken 2 charts. So here are the 2 charts. One is Bill Blass, and I'll talk about who is this person. So as you can see, Bill Blass, American fashion designer, and his life, he was very like 6'2" tall, very handsome. He was in fashion design industry, done a lot of work, good achievements and everything. But still, you can see this line that 6'2" bachelor never married. Let's look at, and there could be, obviously, there are combinations related to 7th house and all that. But because today we are looking at Tithi and Tithi Lord Tithesha, and we are just trying to see that, hey, whether this technique works or not. This is beautiful technique. So here, Panchanga, you can see Tithi. This is Krishna Paksh Triyodasi. Jupiter is the Lord. So now we have to come here and see the Jupiter. And if you look at the Cancer ascendant, Jupiter is sitting in the 3rd house. We know that this is the Maran Karanasthana for Jupiter. That is the first point. Also, we need to understand Tithi is watery element, and Jupiter is fiery planet. So fire and water doesn't go well when it comes to relationship. So that is second point that we are considering here. One is Maran Karanasthana. Second is the element we talked about, sitting with a separative planet, Rahu and Saturn, 2 separative planets. So again, this is the third point, and that we need to keep on adding so that we reach to a point where we can say confidently that, okay, why this happened, or if we look at such thing in someone's chart, we can say there is a denial or there is a delay of the marriage. And then 2 malefics, separative malefics, Saturn and Rahu, those who are good at denying things, sitting with the Tithesha, Tithi Lord. Now, if you look at the dispositor of Jupiter, that is here, Mercury, and the technique says that we need to check the 12th Lord placement from Tithi Lord. So this looks okay, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th. If I look at this, this is okay, no problem, because the 10th placement Kendra from Jupiter, but we know Jupiter is already in Maran Karanasthana, and Mercury, who is the 12th Lord. And this is one thing, this is really important to understand. In getting into a relationship, 12th house plays a very significant role. So 12th house and 12th Lord is very important. Dasha of 12th Lord, that is also important. That will give you a clue when the native will get married. What's that period is. You can just calculate the period, because, and then obviously we need to check that in Navamsha. But here, if we can see in D1 itself, Lagna chart, that what is happening. And again, Mercury is sitting with Sun in 12th house, Maran Karaksthana. So you can see that these two houses, which are really important for getting into a relationship, afflicted by, so I'll not say malefic here, it is Marakasthana, but Sun is obviously a Krura Graha. But we know that Rahu and Saturn, these are together with Jupiter. This was, and you can see that seventh lord is Saturn sitting with Rahu. I don't want to get into these kind of techniques, because obviously these are very valuable. We need to evaluate. The purpose of this video is to ensure that we learn about Tithi Lord and placement of the Tithi Lord, placement of the 12th house from the Tithi Lord. And you can clearly see that the too many malefics around the 12th house, around and 12th Lord, around the Tithesha, and that led to denial of the marriage. So let's move to the second chart. This is Conway Bird. And all these charts have been taken from the Astro Data Bank, just to ensure that the information given is correct. So you can see American actor, was a very famous actor. And I'll not get into the details, but what is important is in February 1991, he got married. So he was, you can see date of birth, that is 33. And then he got married 1991, so late. So let's look at his chart. Uh, this is, again, we'll get into the Tithesha and see Varesha is Sun. This is good. So he had a lot of energy to work, because Varesha shows that, okay, somebody has a really good like amount of energy to work whole day. And this also shows that, okay, the person could be famous, being Sun as a Varesha. But we'll focus on Tithi Lord. Tithi Lord is Moon. And we'll come to D1. Uh, wow, this is Aruda Lagna. This is Cancer sign. Moon is sitting. Uh, First instance, it looks good. Okay, Sun. We need to check the distance between Sun and Moon. Obviously, Sun and Moon, 72 degree apart is better, more than 72 degree. Within that, Moon is not considered good. So that is one point we can see here. Sun in Cancer, 7 and 21 degree. So it's just around 16 degrees or 14 degrees difference. So obviously, Moon is not considered good. Moon itself is malefic, but being as a watery Tithi Lord is because watery element, Moon is water. So let's also evaluate other factors. And then here we will see the 12th Lord. We need to figure out the 12th Lord, because that's a technique. 12th Lord is Venus. And if we see Venus is sitting second house, in the second house from Tithi Lord, Tithesha. This looks okay, but we need to evaluate the malefic's influence. And if we want to do that, first thing that we can see another separative element, that is Ketu. Ketu is with Venus. Again, that's a problem. You can see for marriage, Venus is really important, being the 12th lord. So, well placed, I'll say, second house from money, fashion designing, earning from fashion designing, because this is AL. Aruda Lagna, and you can see it from Aruda Lagna, second house. Venus is, and also for money, you need to check the 11th house from Aruda Lagna. And who is the 11th lord? Venus, second in the second house, next to Moon. So it means that this person is going to get a lot of name, fame, money through Venus work, and that is fashion industry and all that. But still, and two gurus are sitting together. Again, that's good. Prima facie, it looks good, but because Ketu is here, um, this is going to give a delay. Now, I always say one planet affliction, still a person can deal with. We need to figure out at least two to see why it happened, why so much delay. So this is Leo sign, and we know that Rashi Drishti I'm talking about, because Rashi Drishti is really important in terms of checking the circumstances, were circumstances in favor of this person to get married, because he was in a relationship for long. If you can see that, he married his long-term girlfriend, and that too at the age of some I need to calculate, but yeah, I think after 70 or so. So what does it mean that we need to figure out other planet and from Rashi Drishti, because then it means the circumstances didn't allow that person to get into that marital relationship. So if we look at the aspect, so for this, we know that aspect from will be from not next to it, four. These planets will not be aspecting, or Rashi will not aspect. So we need to check. We'll go to here. So this is 7. That's the first one. Then 10 and then 1. Out of 3, we can see that in 10, which is having Rashi Drishti on Leo from Capricorn, Saturn is sitting there. Now we know Ketu is there, number 1, and then Saturn aspecting Rashi Drishti. So 2 malefics, ensuring that the circumstances should not be in such a way that they should get into the marital relationship. And that's the reason it got delayed. So this is how you can check the condition of the Tithi Lord and even other. For example, you check the condition of the Varesha to see how much energy someone has. Nakshatra will also help you understand the longevity at once. So first you can see the longevity. Karna is also for profession. I'll be creating videos on all these 5 limbs, making sure that we go through the different techniques, and also we'll take example charts so that it makes sense. It becomes easy for viewers to understand. So yeah, this was there. So I hope this video would have give you some indication that how to check Tithi Lord Titesha I'm talking about, and how to understand what kind of relationship will be in future, or whether that person will be able to get into a relationship or not. That is one part of it. And from remedy standpoint, until unless you look at the chart carefully, D1, D9, and if you're checking career and all, D10, don't suggest remedies like this, that okay, go and feed let's suppose a crow, or feed a dog or something like that. Feeding is good, no problem, because you are offering food to someone. But if you are doing it as part of remedy, you need to ensure that your astrologer has checked each and every aspect of your chart, and then he or she had kind of personalized the remedy, because remedies are not generic one. That we need to understand. It should be very much personalized. So this is all about today's video. Thank you very much. Thank you for watching the video. We'll be coming up with the next video with new technique, and that I'll be publishing tomorrow. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for watching. Namaskar.